Good morning, students. I welcome you all for commerce class. Today we are going to discuss about chapter 17 under unit 6, that is rights, duties and responsibilities of consumers. So normally we have to know about the rights, duties and responsibilities of ourselves, that is we are the consumers. So first we are going to discuss briefly about rights. So what are the rights we have as a consumers? That's what we are going to see. Let us move on with rights. In the modern marketing concept, we the customers and the consumers play a vital important role in the entire business world. So, satisfaction of consumer wants and needs is stated to be the prime and supreme objective of business. But in reality, consumer feels is supplied with adulterated stuff at a price far above the cost price. That is, the consumers are supplied the food materials that is adulterated with a higher price. In order to protect their own interest, consumers must be educated and they have to get educated themselves about their rights. Consumer right is interpreted as the right to have information about the quality, potency, quantity, purity, price and standard of goods and services. The consumer has to be protected against the unfair trade practices, and also it is mandatory for the consumers to know about their rights. The most important law in order to protect the consumer is the Consumer Protection Act 1986. According to Hindu undivided family and individuals, firms, the right towards the purchase of goods made by them is the right for them. It is the significant as a consumer, everyone should know the basic rights as well as about the codes, orders and procedures that follow with the infringement of one's rights. Infringements, violation. Our right is violated by someone, so we have to be alert. Next, we'll move on with John F. Kennedy's view on consumer rights. The former president of USA, Mr. John F. Kennedy, defined the basic consumer rights as the right to safety, the right to be informed, the right to choose, and the right to be heard. Rights means ethical principles of ourselves. So, the consumer is the king of the modern marketing, but in reality is not. The various rights of consumers are as follows. Let us discuss it one by one. The first right to protection of health and right of safety. There may be certain products which cause dangerous, harmful to consumers, health, lives and property. It may also will be very dangerous for consumers' welfare. The best examples of this kind of foods are additives, colors, emulsifiers and preservatives. Food should be avoided because it is very dangerous to health of the consumers. If they are providing certain goods means the food items must be free from hazardous health issues. So one thing will be very encouraging in today's recent trends is that the recent legislations have shifted the responsibility of the production of such unsafe items onto the shoulders of sellers rather than on buyers. Next right is right to be informed. So the very important thing is the consumers must be informed about the products which is prevailing in the market. Advertising and labeling on the packages should provide objective information to the buyers. It prescribes that manufacturer and dealers are expected to disclose all the material facts that are related to the products. So, the package should contain the full details about the name of the product, composition, dosage, date of manufacturing, date of expiry, batch number, warnings, antidote, etc. Antidote means a medical substance which is used to prevent a poison. And also, in addition to it, Such information goes a long way towards saving the consumer against the possible deceit. Deceit means defect. Next right is to choose. Consumer satisfaction is the foremost aim of modern marketing and also the philosophy of marketing concept. So the wise traders or dealers or manufacturers is one who maximizes his profit by maximizing the satisfaction of the consumers. So consumer satisfaction is given more importance. The term choice means offering the widest range of different products, brands, or quality or varieties at a reasonable price. In short, consumers should have access to varieties of goods in terms of color, quality, design, size, etc. So, according to their taste and choice, they can choose one product of different design, sizes, and different company brands. Next right is right to be heard. Right to be heard in sense right to hear everything that will be very feasible and also register their dissatisfaction, disagreements and get the complaint heard and heard. Heard means to express. So this is a vital right. Business enterprises, what they have to do is they have to hear the complaints and grievances of each and every consumers to provide remedy for it. So all business enterprises should have a separate department or separate wing or separate segment for addressing the consumer grievances. Next right is to seek redressal. Redressal means what? To seek remedy for the complaints given by the consumers. But the aggrieved party is to be granted compensation within a reasonable time period. So there should be prompt settlement of complaints and claims lodged by the aggrieved customers. What is meant by aggrieved customers? Aggrieved customers means affected customers. This will boost consumer confidence and help render justice to buyers. So there should be fair and just settlement of deserving claims in a correct time, in a correct manner. Next right is a very important right, that is right to consumer education. So the consumers has a right to acquire knowledge and stay well informed all through his life about what? Getting knowledge about the products. So the consumer should be aware about their own rights and the reliefs granted for them where a product or services fall short of his expectations. What is meant by falling short? That means if there is any damage or defect in the product. Nowadays, some businesses are taking a proactive part in educating the consumers in this respect. Right to quality of life. Quality of life is very important for each and every individuals, each and every people, and the well-being of the environment in which these people live. Consumerism has been defined as an improved quality of life because the consumers get all the products for their happy living. The environmental problems affect the very life of consumers, and the environment in which people live also is affected to it by way of pollution such as water pollution, air pollution, food pollution, noise pollution and relation pollution and legacies of ongoing industrialization. So it is very important for the manufacturers to dispose safely the inevitable sewage and effluent in such a way that it does not cause any damage to human or environment. Next right is a right to consumer protection. So the consumers has a right to be aware of his rights and remedies available for them. So the redress grievances through publicity in the mass media also can be taken place. Consumer has a right to be protected against goods and services which are hazardous to life and health. For example, if electrical appliances which are manufactured with substandard components or which do not conform the safety norms might cause serious injury to the users, those are using such products. Hence, therefore, the consumers need to be educated when they are buying electrical appliances with ISI mark, which stands testimony to the quality and standards observed in the manufacturers. Next right is right to basic needs. Every consumer has a right to get basic necessities of life such as food, clothing and water. Now recently, a right to pure and healthy environment. Community life should be free from various modes of pollution. This will enhance the quality of human life. So this will bring up the life of the human to be very pure and in quality, best quality. So with this, we complete the rights of the consumer students. With this part gets over. Tomorrow, I will meet you all. Thank you, students.